Welcome to the PSQSPS channel. In this series of videos, we discuss how we can integrate artificial intelligence into our test automation. In the previous videos, we discussed how we can generate UI and functional test cases with the help of agents and prompts. In this video, let's discuss how we can generate API test cases with the help of agents and prompts. Let's jump into our IDE. For this example also, we are going to use PyCharm, since we are going to write this test case with the help of Playwright along with GitHub Copilot. I have already installed GitHub Copilot and MCP servers, Playwright MCP servers as well in this IDE. So I have written one prompt like this. Let me show you that prompt. So this is the prompt that I'm going to use. Let me explain this, the content of this prompt one by one. So here in the first statement, I have explained that generate execute API test using the pytest and Playwright MCP. That means that it's going to use Playwright MCP in order to execute this API. Why? Because Playwright is capable of executing the API test as well. The test scenario that I'm going to use here is I'm going to set the API endpoint as this one. So this is the endpoint that I'm going to use, and I will use the get method in order to send that API request. And the first verification that I'm going to use here is I'm going to verify whether that response status, whether it is 200 or not. According to my requirement, that response should be successful response. In that case, that status should be 200. And JSON contents. That means in the response will come as a JSON file that should be contain the list of 10 users. If I fire this endpoint in the browser, that will return 10 users as a response of this API request. So that is the thing that I am going to verify in this API test. So let me check whether that ID 1 is available in this response or not. So that is the thing that I have mentioned here. So I'm going to verify whether that ID 1 should be available in this JSON response or not. So log the complete response body to the console, so that all the response body will be displayed in the console as well. And the implementation requirements in the sense that should follow the pytest-style. That means all the test cases which is going to be generated has to be prefixed as test underscore, and the each step has to be executed interactively. That means all the authentications and all the verification has to be interacted with the end users while running this execution. That MCP servers and the Copilot agent will ask from the user whether that particular step has to be continued or not. So after successful validation, the generated test cases has to be saved underneath with this test folder with the name as test API test MCP py. Another thing is, if any step or assertion fails, that GitHub Copilot itself will fix that particular script and continue that execution. So the execution output has to be a complete functional Playwright pytest API test script. And let's see how we can do these things in practical way. So again, I will jump into my IDE, and here I will open up the GitHub Copilot open chat window. I have discussed all these things and how to configure this GitHub Copilot and how we can configure the MCP servers and that sort of things in my previous videos. Please refer to my previous videos in order to get to know about those things. And here, what I wanted to do here is I just want the GitHub Copilot to execute these tests after generating all the related test files as well. In that case, I need to select agent from this option, and I will click on the GPT 4.5 as my LLM. So here I will paste whatever the prompt that I have already prepared, like this, and I will paste here, and I will simply click on this send button. And while executing these things, it will ask few questions whether to allow these things to be proceed further or not in interactive manner. I will click on allow. Again, that is still working on that. Then it will generate this file on behalf of us, and I will accept all. And again, let me check with that check window. Again, it will ask for a allow. So still it is encountering with several issues that GitHub Copilot itself trying to fix them. Okay, now you can see that API request has been fired successfully. The API test scripting this folder was executed and no errors or failures were reported. That means that has verified each and every step successfully and test is getting passed. Let's we see what sort of test file that they have prepared. This is the test file. So they have successfully created whatever the verifications and test steps automatically. So that is how we can get these things done very easy manner with the help of GitHub Copilot with Playwright MCP. Okay, as the next step of this exercise, let's try to validate another value. So I'm going to verify whether that name value is also available or not. Here I will give an unavailable value, invalid value, like let's put a name, hypothetical name called Nimal. So actually this value is not available in the return list. In the return list there is no name like that, so I have put that name with the intention of failing this test case deliberately. So let me fire this prompt again in my IDE. This is my Copilot chat window. I'll click on the run button. Here it is working on that. Here we go. Yeah, it is still working. And it is asking for a allow, and invalid syntax. Again, it is trying to fix that thing. Again, that is still fixing. is giving kind of an error related to the endpoint. Let me execute this thing again. I will copy these things again and here it is working. Yeah, it is asking for acceptance. I will accept all and open up my chat window. It says that this endpoint is returning an empty thing. So let me clean up everything and try it again. I'll close this chat window and I will delete this one as well. And again I will send my prompt by changing this as our agent. I'll accept all these things as well. I will accept these things as well. And again in the chat window, yeah, it encountered with an error, and in the chat window it is asking whether that is okay to continue. We'll click on OK. Another error. Another one. Yeah, now it is getting success in the sense that execution is completed with an error. Why? Because we are trying to find an unavailable name, so it gives an error saying that there is an assertion error, expected user is not found. That is how it is successfully coming into the end of that execution. Okay. That is how we can proceed with an API testing with the help of GitHub Copilot and Playwright MCP. So that is what I am going to cover during this video. Okay, let's see what are the other artificial intelligence related test automation activities that we can perform in our next videos. See you in the next video. Thank you.